In this video, I want to talk about why you might light certain things, or why you might light people or objects. And what I'm talking about is why you would light them differently than you see them in a normal basis. So in this first example, you have this woman who's in a pose, and you have what says main light and no fill light. We'll talk about what that means later as far as using a main or a key light and fill light and such like that. But right away, you can see that she is lit specifically with what's called artificial lighting. It's not a natural light like the sun, and it's not normal light like we have here at school, fluorescent lights up above us. So why would we want to do something like that? A lot of it has to do with designing a composition or an idea and wanting to make it look just like what we want it to look like. So another example is this here. Yes, silverware. The silverware has a very specific design, but then we're also taking a photo of it in order to try to make it look like what we want it to look like. And so here it's resting on a plate with a shadow with specific lighting, and how we photo it makes us, the people who look at it, feel a certain way or look at it a certain way. Let's give another example. Here are three different types of lighting. One has what's called a key light, that's the top one, and then the next one has a key and a fill light, and then the bottom one has a key, a fill, and a back or a hair light. We'll talk about that in another video, but you see that you have three different types of looks of this person. What does the top person look like versus what does the bottom person look like? It's the same person. How do you feel about each of those? And what do you express or communicate when you have three different shots like that? Here's a more dramatic example. Again, just one single light, but in two different positions. And this is obviously not real. This is a makeup artist. But if you're thinking about a movie that you wanted to make a character for, how would you light that character? And in this particular case, the left-hand side, you have a bottom light, right? And the right-hand side, you have a different light. How do you feel about each of those characters? That's part of the reason for why you would light someone or light an object in a particular case in part of our project. So on the right-hand side, you have a specific kind of lighting. The middle has another kind of lighting, and the third has a different kind of lighting. How do you feel about each of those? Now I'm going to give you three examples of an onion that you're going to look at. The first one here has a very dynamic example, which feels or is expressing something different than this example, which has the whole onion involved, and which is very different than the final example. They all have a certain feel to them or a way that they're expressing the same object, but photographed three different ways. So this is a basic kind of idea behind why you might want to light something in a unique way, differently than you would see otherwise.